Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Straight out of Zeralette Cavern. I'm Slidewhistle. Welcome to the episode of Do Not Relent.
It's your boy Immunization, and why are you in the caverns?
It's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And before you answer that, I would just like to say happy 5th birthday, DNR, if you are listening to this on Saturday. If you are listening to this on God's official day, Friday, not yet. Wait a little bit.
You're too early, you bums. And I'm in the Zeralette Cavern because I keep skinning that stupid snake because people keep buying skins for high prices. Although the prices have crashed, but, you know.
Yeah, I've been in my profession era recently. I've been like stalking the table and trying to promote myself for tailoring things because like it's hot right now. It's like the hottest it's ever been. I don't know if like just it's because it's the beginning of a season or something and everyone needs new gear or they're just getting enough aspect shards and they're ready to craft. I don't know. But like I've been making some bank.
Ooh, this is my profession.
Tailoring and enchanting.
Maybe everyone's trying to get their new duds for the 5-year anniversary party on Saturday that people are throwing for us, right?
I'm still waiting in the mail, but I guess I've got 2 days. I'm just kind of going around to all of Azeroth's best areas being like, this would be a great spot for a surprise party. And sitting there with my mouth open, just waiting.
I've just been waiting for somebody to invite me to go to some place that we totally normally go to on a Saturday afternoon in the World of Warcraft. I'm not anticipating anything at all, But much like I was not anticipating another review. I feel like it's been a minute here, but we do have a review to kick off this episode, which means
whoop.
we did have to pour some shots. I feel like 5 years ago, hosts set ourselves up for this one. It's been a while. We're a little older.
Yeah. The shot for a review, while we love doing it, has gone from like bottoms up, let's go, to like we send it in the group chat like, we got a new review, everyone. You got to get yourself mentally ready for a shot.
I've been mentally preparing for this shot of vodka for at least 2 days now.
I'm prepared. I'm prepped. I'm ready. I'm ready and excited to take the shot. I feel like I haven't had one in a minute, so this one's going to go straight to my head.
So episode 260 will be pretty interesting, I'm sure.
Well, our review, we'll get on with it already, comes from Losing the Patient, which is my favorite Midwestern emo band, but the reason that I lost my medical license.
Oh, shit.
Losing says, okay, so I listen to your podcast on Spotify and Google. I know, Google Podcasts. And unfortunately, I'm not able to leave a detailed review on either of these platforms. So I figured the only way to make sure that my opinion was heard was to become a patron so that you had to listen to me despite my shitty choice of podcast apps. I'm what you wee lads would call an old head. Yeah, that's right. I played since Wrath, and I believe in protecting my sweet, sweet TCG rewards to the death.
Woo!
If every peasant on the street had a cheap copy of my big, brown, perky Magic Rooster mount, would there even be a point to playing the game? I think not. Anyway, despite our difference in opinion, I can rely on you boys to keep me laughing every time I turn on the podcast. Anytime I'm in the middle of a terrible or boring day at work, I turn on DNR and immediately brighten. Because of you guys, my coworkers see me as some weirdo who randomly bursts out laughing in the middle of a quiet day. But how can I explain to them that I'm listening to the world's #1 DBZ, PB&J Otter, Clockstoppers, Little Nicky, World of Warcraft podcast? Much love and appreciation to you guys. Losing the Patient.
I almost feel like I have to take 2 shots for a Little Nicky reference. Like I'm debating it, but I will decide against it.
I'm DeBaby.
Let's go. Take these shots.
All right, I'm taking my shot. What did you pour me? You said it was vodka? Is that what you said mine was? Or did I ask for gin? I don't remember.
You asked for gin, and then when I was about to, then you're like, no, actually, vodka. So it is vodka, and it's Tito's. So cheers, boys.
Whoop,
Oh,
whoop,
all right,
whoop.
hell yeah. Club Tito's.
I got
Ooh,
my
ooh,
my
cha.
orange T-shirt and my my receding hairline. Club Tito's.
Got my pizza from the man who's not Club Tito's, but Club Tito's adjacent. Thank you so much, Losing the Patient, for making us take a shot. Ooh, I'm feeling it already.
Ooh.
Love the review. Mwah.
Yeah. Whew, much love losing. Also, it took me a lot longer than I should have to realize that like that's probably like the title that they're using. In
Yes,
the game.
yes, they are the patient. They have done 50 LFG in the past.
Love some losing. If you guys want to send reviews, if you guys liked what you heard, like the review, you want to hear your own words on the air, send us a review at donotrelenttpod@gmail.com. Or post it anywhere, and then I'll find it and be like, look, we got another one.
Yeah, just tag us in some place where you can put words down, and we'll say the words later.
I feel like the traditional places that we've received them in the past are via email, like Slide said, or on Apple Podcasts, or I guess bonusroll.gg podcast directory, but like that's kind of fucked, so maybe not that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I really want to talk about Lil Nicky, but I really only have the same talking points I've had for the past however long Lil Nicky's been out.
I was gonna say I don't think that there's like new lore or new things to talk about.
They have yet, I will not say not, have yet to make Little Nicholas 2, so it's still everything we've discussed in the past.
Okay, listen, I'm just saying, trust me, we'll get to all really quick. I do think Adam Sandler could make a lot of money making a Christmas/Hanukkah Little Nicky 2. Maybe, something he has as a special. He gets with the season.
I don't know. I feel like Satanism is on the rise again. Not actually, but like people are like, Satanism's back and it's corrupting the youth on the TikTok. I feel like it would be bad show for him to make any demon movies now.
Or it would cause a controversy, which would create cash. So I don't know.
That's true, and he needs it right now because the major Adam Sandler presence on the internet is currently him slowly turning around in a movie, and they go, Adam Sandler? And he goes,
waiting for them to play Gangnam Style.
and I'm like, oh, Adam, what was this?
Speaking of Adam Sandler attire, did you guys buy the new transmog in the shop? The Sky Captain's masquerade attire with the poofy little vest and the silly mask?
I saw it on a panda in our Discord. Go to donotRelent.com. But I did not remember which panda was wearing it, but I know someone did.
Aaron, there's only like literally 3 pandas in existence. That is,
Well,
myself
it was-
on Metaloid, or yourself on Booty ATW, or Lil Quinoa, soon to be Big Keen.
Well,
Big Keen is coming.
I knew that Booty ATW was not wearing the floofy hat, so it's on. I was saying it's one of you two bought it day one.
Aaron, wake up. You bought it.
Oh no!
I bought it. I think it looks so stupid that I'm like, I need it. Because nothing in this game looks as stupid. Or like, it looks like fun stupid. Like, I like it's a wild choice. And this is more the speed of what I'm willing to buy. Not that last Seafarer set.
Are you disappointed that this bundle did not come with tendies?
See, the tendies didn't even influence me. I was like, I want it. I'll buy it.
I thought you bought it because of tendies.
No, there is no tendies attached to it this time. Basically, I want them to create more transmog things like this. So like, I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy that hat, and it looks great on the pirate ship mount. Let me tell you.
Did you guys see that? I guess they announced in like a blue post that like there were 5 weapons that were just like not included in the December trading post that they just hot fixed into the trading post, and there wasn't like we reviewed too, but like I didn't notice when I went to the shop because like those are the ones at the end of our review where it's like I don't care about these, so like I literally did not even notice that they were in there.
I saw that, and I was confused if Wowhead was saying that like, oh, we didn't know these ones were in there, or if they were just like, here are some lost items that we never saw, and I'm like, huh?
No, because like one of them was like that sword, like the sword that was just like a normal ass sword.
Yeah, like the classic, like
the chipped gladius, I believe is what it was called.
Yes, sure, that one.
That timber mallet's pretty good. Guys, my tendies are I have a red alert. Like, I need more tendies. How do I get more tendies? I mean, I know the answer is I can't, but
I'm in the same way. when I noticed that you could have your girls out while wearing the thrall beads, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to get that too. Add to cart. And then I saw that it was 600 of 600, and I was like, oh, I've never been zero tendies. So I was just scared. I was like, I don't want to be at absolute zero, but like, I want my girls to be out.
I just don't understand how they're going to have the most stacked trading post ever in December, like Christmas time, Christmas themed shit. Like everyone's like, America's like, it's time to consume as much as we can, like capitalism. But like Blizzard is not saying like, here's some tendies bundles in the shop. Like I feel like this would have been their time, right?
Yeah, because like, okay, realistically, like I'm forced and everyone's forced to leave those candy cane swords in the shop. We can't afford, nobody can afford the candy cane swords, right? We're all buying the other good stuff. Well, so what? Are they going to have the candy cane swords come back in July? Like, when are we going to get those again? They won't be relevant for the season.
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed that they will not return until next December.
Unless they were like, hey guys, it's Christmas in July.
Well, I was about to say, I guess Christmas in July is part of the public zeitgeist. You could easily do that. Make a Wowhead post about it.
But you can't even make a Christmas transmog any other time of the year. I can't even wear the Santa suit now because Winterville hasn't started. So really, these candy canes are only good for like 2 weeks out of the year, 3 weeks.
Yeah. I do feel like they just need to make the Christmas mog available all the time. Maybe they will.
And I don't understand why we have limited it so. Like, I guess everyone wears the Christmas mog when it's time and then it disappears, but I don't know. Like, sure, you can keep it where you can only earn it during Christmas time, but then, yeah, just let me go. Especially for other holidays, too, like Love in the Air. I want a flower in my hair. You can put a flower on your head any time of the year, Blizzard.
I feel like what they did was when they first, even before they announced this, they made like a chart list of like phases. They're like, phase 1, we will have the bare minimum. We're going to talk about maybe having the Horde and Alliance be friends, and maybe we'll make all transmog moggable. And in 2 years, we'll do some of those things. And they're slowly but surely peeling it back because they know if they do everything at once, people are going to lose their fucking minds. Santa suits in January? We can't have that. So they're waiting until that's the last domino to fall, and then we finally will have it.
Is this fucker at the biannual beach blowout with a pumpkin head on? What does this game even mean anymore?
I like how your dramatic instance that you used was like wearing Christmas themed things in December. I mean, in January, as if it's not just like a mere week after Christmas.
Baby New Year has came and defeated Eon the Terrible. We have to celebrate his big ears. That's it.
When are we getting big ear mog specifically for Baby New Year?
Yes, I want just a diaper, just a big top hat, and the humongous ears you've ever done
so
seen.
Easy. Just put Eon the Vulture, make him a mob, and put him in a random cave in Old Doom. Everyone's got to fly out and beat Ian. And then
Ian, you can even call him Ian the Terrible. That'd be so funny.
Well,
and then an old knight, a nondescript old knight comes out and be like, "You saved the new year. Here's big ears."
Gotta be a caveman, too.
So while we're talking about these things, I feel like if we're getting ear mogs now all of a sudden, I feel like we need Nestor ears for a mog option.
I mean, all the Rankin Bass fans out there are slapping their knees right now. You old heads, you're there with me. Because let me say, we got to get a good old ears Nestor in the chat.
The year without an ear mug.
That was actually pretty melodic. That's very, very impressive. You kind of nailed it.
While we're talking about Mog and the trading post tangentially.
Sorry. I'm going to be participating in this conversation, but I'm also thinking which leaders would be the Heat Miser and Snow Miser, but continue.
Oh, no, fuck whatever I was going to say. That's more important. Like, we are now having an officially sanctioned DNR thought.
Papa, tell us a story. Yes, Papa, a story.
How about you come and pull up a chair? These are Dee and our thoughts.
Okay, well, I have the answer.
Okay, it'll be a quick
Okay.
one.
Ooh, which one's which is the real one? I was gonna say Sylvanas and Gen. They hate the fuck out of each other. They'll never get along. They both live in the same area. They kind of have the same mom.
I
Oh,
feel
I
like,
feel like-
Sylvanas is dead, so she could be the snow miser. But
No, guys, it's right in front of your faces. Snow Miser can be Jaina.
Okay, well, who's he miser?
Ooh, KT.
They have to have a relation with Jaina. You know what I mean?
I don't know, like Kel'Thas?
I
I guess realistically,
yeah.
it's probably the Windrunner sisters, right? Like, because they're never gonna agree with Sylvanas now. They're always gonna be at ends, and their mother's like
that
not
is
fighting.
the
So
weakest
boring,
thing
though.
ever. And
Yeah.
they're like,
Oh, it's Marisa and it's Olivia.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
But like, I think it's the answer. Like, nobody
Wait.
else really.
Wait, even though we literally just killed him, we can make Farak Heat Miser.
Who's Snow Miser? Oh,
I guess
I
Viranoth.
guess, yeah, Viranoth. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. I mean, Heat Miser's dead in real life anyway, right? It's fine.
and they go to visit Eridicron in his little garden, and it's like,
Boss, she always puts out my flames.
he's always trying to burn down my icicles.
Boys, calm down.
This is why your father left. All right, well, what were you trying to bring up earlier, Bean? I don't remember now.
I was literally just going to talk about this the Hunter Mog class set thing.
Oh,
which
big,
honestly,
big shakeup of the week.
yes, huge. We honestly, we might have to do a redacted take on our fashion review for it.
well, listen, I gave it toots because I knew I was going to be buying it, and I thought it was just Stockholm Syndrome, but legitimately, I think it looks good. Like, I think it looks way better than anything they showed us before. For some reason, they chose the worst angle to show, like, the headpiece, where, like, and the model that it was showing it on didn't make it even look like it was a mask. It just looked like weird bug eyes. And I've paired it with the, is it the Blood Troll Mog set?
Yes.
Mhm.
And I feel like those two really complement each other, and it looks good.
Yeah, you look great.
This is just going to be an official redaction all around because I mooted the mage set and I was like, I'll be getting it because I am a mage, but I'm not excited. This thing's really cool. They have adjusted the angle of the back piece based on what race you are. So it doesn't even clip into the Worgen main. I'm like, this is crazy.
Wow, they finally like listened to our calls or something here. I don't know.
Now they just need to do it for every single other race. I am very frightened to see. I forgot what it is, but there's like an encased helmet coming up in one of these sets. I am not excited to see what that looks like on my girl.
Yeah, and like I wanted to test this theory with the evoker set that I booted, but I was looking at it on my evoker and I'm like, I can't afford to waste tendies on a risk right now. Like, I don't think it's gonna look as good as everybody else's, so I'm leaving it on the table.
Well, I mean, can't you just like try it on and then turn it back in if you don't like it?
Oh, you know what? You're right. I can. I always forget you can try shit. Oh, all right. Well, I know what I'm doing after this. Ooh. Let's talk about raid prog. We actually, I'm scared at how well we're doing. We're doing pretty fucking good.
Yeah, so we are officially 6 out of 9 heroic now after this week. In our first night, we full cleared normal, we got up to our prog boss. We killed like 12 bosses in one night, and I'm like, who the fuck are we? We need to calm down.
Well, my thing is, I think we may need to reevaluate things because we have said for a long time our guild, our raid group sucks, our raid group stinks. And we're at the point now that we can't say that. Like, we have
Do
been
you
pretty
think it's
consistent.
just like waves lapping on a shore? We have just eroded at the raid group's lack of skills for so long that we have shorn ourselves an actual functional unit.
Yes, we have enough people. We have now, with the combination of the two groups, we have enough people to carry everybody. We're fine. Like, we are doing great. I would say normally by this point, would we even be on heroic, or would we be still fighting the final boss of normal?
Well, also, I feel like this tier in general is pretty easy, it seems. And as we mentioned before several times now, like, it was their goal to make the Dragonflight raids easier than Shadowlands, and like that has been notably so. But I feel like this tier in general, maybe it's a combination of just us being stronger at the end of the expansion or just this raid being easier. But the most pulls we've had on a heroic kill, I think it's just like maybe 7 pulls. I'm like, that is kind of insane. Even like Naimu, I'm not calling her Nimue, and like, no, she's Naimu.
Is her? So I've heard that floating around. Is it actually supposed to be Nimue?
Gandalin said it's supposed to be Nimue, and he's the lore aficionado, but I'm also like, I've never heard anybody's, but I guess I wasn't watching Racer World first, so I'm sure that's where it probably came up. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually Nimue, so maybe
Luckily, she's fucking dead, so I'll never need to worry about it. Also, I believe people say Naimu, like ooh, but I definitely say Naimoon, and just double down on being extra wrong.
Yeah, you're really
like I don't think there's an end there, but that's what I say.
You're just adding letters that aren't there, yeah. But
that's what I say in pleasant conversation is Naimoon.
Jesus age, what the fuck? Someone control this guy.
But I feel like so far, correct me if I'm wrong, the hardest one for us has been Laridar Heroic, and we had the same number of pulls, believe it or not, Laridar and Naimu. Like, I think they're both 6 or 7 or something like that.
I mean, a lot of Laridar's problems were the fact that I'm healing, and I'm not. It's really hard to fucking heal the trees and the brambles while I'm also trying to keep everybody alive while we're also moving, then I'm rooted.
Granted, you have done it at a much higher level than me, but being the other mistweaving guy, it's tough because we've got a lot of good single target, like, hots, but the only multi-target thing is, like, a lucky essence font, maybe.
You know what's crazy? So I've been studying the Mistweaver lore. I've been in the ancient techniques libraries, and the AoE is actually crazy. The problem I'm having is mana, because they had a hotfix come out on the 5th. Because before, I could essentially be a mana battery with no problems. Other healers are at 0. Bitch, I'm at 0? Let me drink some of my mana tea, and let me drink a mana potion. I got 60% mana. They had to nerf it. So now I'm AoE healing too much that I'm actually running out of mana.
Okay, I just want to
like
make
that you
it known.
flip back and forth.
Well, there's one reason he's doing this. He is in the same camp as both of us that like, I think we can all 3 of us agree that people who say mana are wrong. But
it's a GIF thing. Yeah, probably like Stuart Stewartington from the 1700s who first invented mana pronounced it that way, but no, it's mana.
No, we've taken it as our own. But anyways, he just does not want to say manatee because it sounds like the sea creature.
Because whenever I bring up my manatee, which has been several times over Discord across several raid groups, immediately, manatee? We got manatees? No, my manatee. Okay, my manatea.
It's obviously Monatea, like Yugi's friend.
It's just, when you drink it, there should just be like a bunch of fairy creatures that are around you, like her deck.
Put your hands in or mark symbols. But yeah, so like dispelling is still really. Dispelling is the one thing that I can't get over. Like, I'm just like, I'm healing. I don't want to have to fucking stop healing and press another button combination on. Let me just heal people. But we have a lot of healers that are just spelling, so I don't have to. But
I was
sometimes
about
I don't.
To be like,
so
you need to do the ability, but I didn't remember what it looked like. But it does look like a Radiohead album. I believe it's called Detox, but it's just like a blue man in a dark void with like stuff emanating off of him, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a Tool album.
It does kind of look like a silly, like a 90s album. One of my main cooldowns, Revival, it heals everybody. It also removes all things that I could dispel off of them. So sometimes when there's a lot of dispels, I'll just hit it. And then every time I hit it so far for that purpose, I end up either wiping us or killing half the raid because I dispel everything, and I'm like, oops.
Fucker on Terradar or whatever, where I'm sitting in
on
roots.
T-Swift, yeah.
I'm sitting in roots on fire, and it's like, I'm a little overzealous with our dispels, huh?
Yeah, like Lynn, our raid lead Lynn is like, healers, let's wait for people to get out before we dispel them, please. And then Slide turns to me, he's like, I revivaled.
Yeah, I healed everybody. Also, fun fact, if you guys ever see me during that raid, stand near me for the roots, because, my God, the lovely Chi-Ji prevents people near me from being rooted. So you can just walk on out of it the minute it drops.
Oh shit! Shout out to Chi-Ji. She takes number one spot in my heart. I'm biased,
Fuck you,
but
Lon.
Yulon's a good one too. You know which one I don't fucking care about is
Ubaru.
like Zuen the tiger.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Zuen-
fuck Zuen.
Zuen has done nothing for
I
me.
just heard about this dude the first time literally yesterday when we were doing a Black Rick hold and Slide was windwalkering and he was like, "Did you know that there is a statue that windwalkers are supposed to put down?" And I'm like, "No."
It's
Whoa!
so stupid.
I've literally never seen this thing. Like
Yeah,
I've
because-
I've
nope.
seen Naoju, Laverne Ox, and I've seen Yuzen or the healing dragon a bunch. But what?
It's honestly, and it's got to be. I played pretty much almost every class by this point. I think I'm missing a couple. It's got to be the dumbest button I've ever fucking seen. So while you're doing those cool punches and kicks and backflips and shit, then you have to not only press the statue, you also then have a reticle.
Yeah, you
put it
have
on
to
the
place it.
ground. You got to place it. So you press and place, and it's just a spinning cat that does AOE damage. It doesn't even look cool.
It doesn't even look like it's doing damage. It literally is just a floating statue. Like, you know what's giving? It's 100% giving like Overwatch souvenirs.
Yes, exactly. And it's on a 2-minute cooldown. So once you put it down, I forget I have it. And then I'm like, oh fuck, that's been 4 minutes. It's on the fucking cat statue.
I'm sorry, everyone. Incredibly, microscopically quick venture to Underwatch. Did you guys get pineapple pizza stuck on all of your characters?
No, did that happen to you?
Yeah, for whatever reason, Blizzard said anyone, like any of the new characters where I don't have a bunch of emotes, they said empty emote space, pineapple pizza. So like I was playing Maga, the very first match I played of him in this new season, and he's like, check out my pineapple pizza. Like I would never put a souvenir on. It feels embarrassing to have a souvenir on.
I had one. I actually had pineapple pizza on May for a long time just because I thought the way that she held it up was really funny.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my brief tenure into Underwatch, but I was just like, no, pineapple pizza. It was multiple characters. I was on Alari, and she was like, here's the pineapple pizza. And I was like, I know I would not have put it on her because she's terrible at holding things up.
Souvenirs are so fucking stupid.
just like that fucking cat. Wait, what is the cat's official name?
Zuen,
Yeah, I think that's
Zuen.
it. I just call it cat statue.
I'm sorry, I can't spell tonight. The witch's brew has it has tricked me. Xeun.
Wrong, it is spelled Xuen. You dumb.
Fuck that cat. But yeah, I don't know. Healing's been fun. The straight's been fun. Okay. Do you think Mythic is more in reach than ever before?
Our guild is not going to be doing Mythic, no.
We can do Mythic Gnarl Root, and that'll be it. It'll be like when we did Mythic Daza, and we got like 2 bosses down. That's it. Maybe Agira at the very end of the expansion.
Part of me kind of thinks that these bosses might be easier. So, like, I'm trying to remember, okay, we haven't done Mythic in a while. We haven't been raiding with dogs with jobs. They got a little too try-hardy. And so we stopped. What was it say? Was it 2 tiers ago? Shadowlands when we did Mythic with them? And we got like 3 bosses down?
Didn't you do Vault too?
I think we stopped when they started trying to ramp up for Mythic.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want to. I'm just spinning. It wasn't fun. Basically, but I kind of feel like with the rewards on the final boss, right, on Mythic Farak, there's so many. There's like a hunter pet. There's a druid form. There's a mount form. We're talking about how the heroic raid seems easier than ever. We have way more gear levels than we've had to jump before. Like, I think if we were to field 20 people, which, again, would never happen with this guild, I think we could actually get pretty goddamn far. It's just, like, the commitment to it, you know what I mean? I think that's where it fall off.
So, I do not think it'll happen, but, and this is just a random fight, but I was looking at Mythic Council of Dreams, and there is like one mechanic extra in it. So it's like, really Mythic is only like 1.5 extra things?
Oh, also in particular about Council, like we didn't talk about how we one shot that
We
unheroic.
one-shotted it
What
with
was the
only
difference?
half understanding. Things like, I'm trying to think. It was stuff like you couldn't store duck charge anymore. Like the duck phase would be shorter. Pip's. I like this one. Pip sang a little song, and you had to hide in like damaging weeds, or else he would like, I don't know, make you do a Kentucky flip. He literally sang the song. He was like, "You're going to stop beauty." I was like, I appreciate that.
He does. It's kind of creepy.
I know, like I turned to Slide during this, and I'm like, Pip is kind of scary, honestly.
I was telling Cubby the same thing. Even on normal, he has a thing where he's like, "Birds of a feather die together," and I was like, Pip, you're a little guy. You're talking a lot of shit for like being a little bud.
Yeah, it was very unsettling when he fucking says that. I feel like a lot of the bosses, like, they don't unheroic. The difference has been almost negligible. Like, we haven't really stumbled on any of them yet. Like, okay, what was even Naimu's difference? I don't remember. Is it that we had more things to drop?
The people get hit with the bomb that they have to bring to the back of the room. That's it.
And like there's more emphasis on soaking just because there's a lot of damage that's going out.
I feel it's really weird being a melee healer because I feel like I don't have to do mechanics. Like, I don't think it's accurate, but if there's a mechanic, I'm like, the ranged healers can fucking handle it. I'm kicking up here.
Do we have any range? I think we have Lynn. That's our one range, like long range healer. Because you figure
Elu.
is she a druid?
She's a shaman. We had Totem Mystic. Is that his name?
Yes.
Totem. He was shaman healing. Me and Sinner melee. Poor Legionnaire has to evoker heal our raid. I love that he's still bringing it up every single fight. He's like, guys, group up. Guys, group up.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Cilantro's a range healer.
That's true. You know what? I was going to say, there's a lot of you guys, and a lot of you guys are either on new people or people I don't know. So there's a whole bunch of them.
Our raid is really massive, honestly. Like, what are we at our most right now? Like 28 or 29?
Yeah, we're pushing P.
Okay, Grandpa, go back to the home.
Speaking of fucking pushing P, I gotta go use the bathroom. We'll be right back with more discussion.
Time to peace.
Well, hey, it's you again. If I didn't know better, I'd think you've been following me around. Maybe have a little crush on me? Just kidding. Everyone knows it would never turn out well because I'm married to my work. Speaking of which, I'm here today with my fellow canine companion, Loose Leaf. Lucy, do you feel like you get preferential treatment out there in the Emerald Dream? Well, I used to think so, what with them giving me a special tabard 4 times a week, but it turns out they were doing that for a lot of people. Still, it feels cool to finally be in this place that's been hinted at for years. Yes, I'm sure it's a heady rush for a druid like yourself. Quite exciting, yes. Now my follow-up question here. Do you ever feel like you're betraying your people by turning into a cat on the reg? Because dogs hate cats? Yes, they're our natural enemy, so I've been told. You honestly do raise a good point. The quick-slashing rogue guy in Diablo is a werewolf. When are they going to give us what we want and just make a werewolf spec? If they do that, I can assure you that I'll be the first in line to give up my magehood and become crunchy just like you. The phrase crunchy feels a tad much, but I appreciate the statement. Speaking of appreciation, let's hope that you, the listener, appreciate this 40-some minutes of something. Bye.
One, period. We've returned. It's another pod. Do not relent.
Is it crazy to say that maybe I might try to pug Mythic? I think on Lokeen as a healer, it should be easier than on a DPS.
I mean, that is true. I mean, do I think it's crazy? Perhaps.
We'll see. And like, it's crazy how things have shaken out because I know I went in with 3 mains. I think now I'm walking out with 1 main, an alt, and a mail worker.
Whoa, hold the freaking phone. Little Q, possibly soon Big Q. Main over Bai and main over the wildest of seeds?
A little Quinoa has already he got Keystone Master. Little Quinoa healed a 20 a Talbazar. We didn't time it, but Myth disconnected, and that threw off all of our mojo. We may have actually done it. I 2-chested a 19 Tyrannical. I didn't think I could do that as a healer. So he's 471. He's dropped the best in slot staff. I've got one of his best in slot trinkets. I've got 5 set. That's heroic, pretty much almost already maxed. I think it's happening. Lokeen was on the forefront of history.
This is insanity. No one would have predicted this. The Goontometer was not even on the Goontometer.
So many they even had the nerf me. I mentioned the Manatee nerf, or oh my god, the Manatee nerf.
Manatee? I didn't know there was any aquatic wildlife in this show.
But I lost some healing, but they also took some damage from Metaloid over there.
Oh yeah, if we're talking about these class tuning patches that went out, yes, all of the big heavy hitters of the DPS got nerfed. So that's like what Havoc, Demon Hunter, and BM Hunter in particular. I want to say though that like there's probably gonna be more. I feel like I'm still doing a lot of AoE damage in these keys. Like even after the nerf, like there was one pack in I think Black Rook Hold where I got like 1.3 million DPS going for a while there.
Which I think is also part of the reason why Low Quinoa is a main, is because Low Quinoa is hanging out with a BM Hunter, a Demon Hunter, Havoc, a Bear Druid that I don't have to heal. Ahoy fucking heals himself like pretty much every time. And then whoever we end up picking up, who rotates in. We
the random fifth.
Usually it's all we need because we have 2 of the strongest DPSs. I don't have to heal a 4th person, so I can heal everybody else. And then if I Chikakun, that's only 3 heals I have to put out. It's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why I think there's going to be more nerfs. Like, we still do a lot of damage. But also, I will say that, like, I think in that run in particular, you were Windwalkering, so we got, like, a damage buff from that. I was being PI'd by Lynn, and then there was also an Aug Evoker. So, like, there was a lot that was happening to buff my numbers up there.
We gotta put hunters back in their kennel. Everybody with me! Nerf hunters! Nerf hunters!
Nerf
I mean,
'em.
fucking do it. Then I'll be, like, the only one playing still. So, like, whatever.
Some form of hunter has been top spot since, like, halfway through Shadowlands. I'm tired of y'all. I'm done.
We want a new hunter class, a 4th spec, where you are the pet.
No, I was going to say, I want Cupid spec that is a healer with love arrows.
Okay, that could be fun. You guys think they're going to bring any of the Season the Discovery classic roles to, like, the game? Like, okay, so, like, you can tank as a rogue. Why can't, like, a rogue tank doesn't seem that crazy of an idea to make happen. They're just dodging shit, right? Like, oh, aha, avast.
I mean, I feel like they would play mechanically very similar probably to the Demon Hunter tanking, maybe.
Or monk tanking. Well, monk tanking is not about dodging things. It's about being too drunk and damage just happens later. So I guess you could just say that. It's just like, yeah, I dodged your blow. In 20 seconds, it'll actually hit me. As to your question, I mean, maybe to spice things up, but I don't know. Thod, as it is, has not really entranced me. It's it feels kind of gimmicky, and I was not there in the first place, so I don't feel like I can properly like account for the gimmick. Like, it's like, can you imagine vanilla mages are healers? And I was like, well, I never played a vanilla mage, so I guess this is all I know.
That's kind of why I like it, because I'm like, I don't know anything about anything, so the whole thing is a season of discovery for me.
But yeah, it's not mind blowing to do a rogue tank, because it's like, well, it's the only rogue I've ever played in
It's
Classic.
like, maybe this was a thing. But then you also have the fact that it's 25, right? 25 is what you can do dungeons at. Isn't also what level it's capped at?
Mm-hmm.
So like I can discover the world in microdoses, and I don't have to, because like when I was doing Classic regular, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I don't know where to go or how to avoid death. 25, I can do that. That's a lofty goal. 60 is fucking scary. But 25 with like what they're giving me, one of the runes that I got for my boomkin, or for my druid, who's gonna be a feral, it makes wrath cost no mana. So one of the main problems I was having was I gotta keep drinking this fucking juice in between every mob. No, bitch, I'm just shooting a machine gun and I can walk forward constantly now. Nothing stops me. And that's enough to get me to a classic. I'm level 7. I'm really cruising. I've joined an all druid guild. We don't let any other kind in.
You know, Classic is all about exclusionary and not letting other kinds in. So I'm glad that you finally found a place to mesh with them.
Well, luckily, we're only really excluding like 2 people, because there's only like 3 races in Classic anyway. So it's just the shorties and the humans.
Yeah, but like overall, what do you think of Season of Discovery so far? I think you're the only one that's really played it out of us. I haven't dipped into it yet, just because I've been so like, I'm like WoW addicted right now. I'm like all in on retail.
I mostly, for me, because WoW, I obviously, I'm saying I'm all in on WoW, y'all. I'm all in on WoW retail, but I want them to disrespect my time more, but they don't, which is fine. So to do that, I'm seeking out the disrespect. I'm doing it to myself, and I'm gonna go to a game that also doesn't respect my time. So like playing both with 4 characters by this point, like, you know, I'm getting that fix in that like I need to be doing this basically. But like, I don't know, like I haven't found any runes. I don't know what. I'm not looking on Wowhead. I'm just kind of playing the game. So I end up just kind of playing Classic until someone in chat goes, "Any druids want a 2-man party to get this rune we have to 2-man group for?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go." And then somebody else answered first, so I didn't get to go.
I love how it's like, they're like, it's the Season of Discovery, like, discover all these runes and new things and secrets that we've added to the game, and then like, not even 1 week later, Wowhead's like, here's a list of all the runes.
Yeah, they put out an article that was like, discovery's over. We found every rune that they packed into the game. I was like, wow. Yeah, there's not a lot to discover there.
Who knows? Maybe I'll discover the new dungeon raid. I forgot what they had. It was a raid, right? The one that we did at BlizzCon. We played it.
Yes,
we played it.
Yes, Deep Fathom Depths is technically a raid. It's a 10-boss raid.
But it was a dungeon, right?
Yes. Normally, it is a 6-boss dungeon, but they added some random guys in there. And they didn't make new models. That's fine. Sure, the first boss is just a water elemental, but in Classic, that shit kills.
Fucking knocked off the fucking platform constantly like at BlizzCon. That was so fucking annoying, just constantly swimming back up and getting back on the fucking rocks.
And then you die and you'd get to come back because it's BlizzCon, but you'd have to walk the entirety of Deep Fathom Depths to get there. Super fun. Really, I did have a lot of fun at BlizzCon, but as soon as they were like, time's up, log off, head on out, I was walking with a smile on my face like, that's probably the last I'll ever see of that world.
We needed, like 10 more seconds and we would have killed it?
Yeah, it was butt. Ahoy should have worked his magic. He should have bear tanked the guy who was controlling the server. He should have gone up there and the guy's like, get out of here. Stop it.
Go on.
And he goes, I can heal myself.
Hey, if you haven't migrated your authenticator from the Authenticator app to the Battle.net app, you better fucking do so now, because you have until January, and we already know somebody who's struggling with it.
So, please tell me, because I still have both apps, and whenever I open the other one, it's just like, go to the Authenticator, and I'm like, okay. So, what issues is this person having?
So like you can just say no, I'm not going to do that. Basically, that's what people are doing. They're just like, no, I'm going to use the authenticator app. I'm not fucking migrating to battle.net. So it's Logan. Logan was asking us. He was like, Arboleda was asking about his account. He's like, what's going to happen to my account? I can't get in. I can't log in. And I'm like, what? He's like, my authenticator is not working anymore. And I'm like, huh? Because he had to migrate it because he's been getting emails about it because he's one of the people that hasn't, touched it. So he had to remove an authenticator from his account and he had to add a new one. And he said that removing the authenticator would mean that he loses his prizes. So like his 4 back slots, the pets that they give you. Was it 2 pets, 1 pet? I don't think there's a mount. So I'm not sure what the process is, but it seems like he just really had to download the app and migrate. But I think he chose like a like the crazy way to do it.
So, like, that's my question. Like, if I have the Battle.net app and I like the authenticator's on it already, like, am I good?
Yes. If it shows up in the Battle.net app, you're golden. If you're out there with one of those physical keychains, you gotta change your ways. You gotta get up with the
I thought
times.
those things stopped working in like Legion.
I think they did.
I see pictures of them on Facebook Marketplace, like dead thing. Please buy it for $5. And I'm like, and sometimes I am tempted.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but like also like I don't know. Imagine the gamers sweat on that and where that thing's been. Another PSA for all the homies out there: run 4 regular mythic dungeons. You will get heroic loot if you get the quest from Beldraken. This is crazy. We're on week 2, right? Is it week 2 of the raid? No,
3.
3.
Yeah.
Week 3 of the raid for a heroic piece for just the full. I don't think mythics have ever been easier. We've been 4-manning, almost 3-manning them sometimes, and people are just standing outside, not joining quickly. I pugged them like immediately on 3 of my characters. It's crazy.
Yeah, so like basically the Maw of Souls of this expansion is Ruby Life Pools. So like we had a 4-man group, and then I was like, oh, let me like text Aaron, see if he can like join up. And then like I think you just like strolled in when we were like in the middle of the first boss. And...
you were fighting like Kolgar, the torrent, the fire torrent, and I just walked in mid Kolgar like, hey guys, and like it was not an issue at all. It is so under-leveled to where you should be in 10.2 that just run that. It'll take you at max 20 minutes if you're like really taking it in strides. And then you get your thing. You walk in there with your Pips badge at 452 and you go, I feel great. I wonder what I'm going to get. And you end up getting a Pips badge at 470 and you want to jump off a cliff. You want to break your legs. Because, yeah, there was a piece of tier in your bank. But guess what? You wanted Pips badge because it was way higher than anything else.
Was it like, wait, do you have 4 set or was it like your 5th set? It was like the last piece of it.
I have 3 set. That would have been
it. No!
But
wait,
Pips,
have you used both catalyst charges yet?
I think next week I can catalyze something for a 4 set. But I ain't get anything because, and I'm so glad that he won the rolls, but Minnie's goofy ass won every single roll ever. If you were cloth, Minnie sweeped it up at the raid, and I'm like, oh my god, I hope you do so good with all that gear you got, buddy. And then I walked by his corpse on the 4. He won 4 yesterday.
Well, okay.
There were multiple bosses. He was winning 2 pieces of gear at the same time, and then I go by his body, and I'm like, oh my god, buddy, I'm sure you just didn't put that really good gear you had on yet.
Aaron, even you warned yourself a few weeks ago about like your luck running out once we got to heroic.
I said I lost 2 rolls at the same time in like on Tuesday, and I said I no longer feel like Ashy Larry. My hands are not hot in this game of dice, and they continue to be cold, subterranean hands.
Next week will be your week, now that Minnie has all the loot, there's not much left for him to get.
That's what every time I didn't want to get mad, but I was like, these guys are winning great shit. So that means that next week it'll only be Mog roll for them.
Yeah, I won some rolls, but then like ended up like redistributing it to the people who got second place anyways, just because like I was like, oh, well, I was gonna sim this, but then I saw like the people who were in like second place, like they had like a 420 trinket. I'm like, fine, take this trinket.
Oh my god, a 420 trinket?
Weed every day.
Who had a 420 trinket? Who was it?
Call him out.
No, I won't be doing that.
It was me.
Yeah, I was like, Slidewhistle, take this fucking trinket.
My healing trinkets were so ass. Like, I could not get one. So, like, I get it.
Y'all, okay, so you guys obviously know this because I feel like everybody's been rocking with like at least 10 to 20 Dream Warden tabards in your bags at any given moment in time.
Oh my god. We talked about
Yes.
the fucking dream tabards finally.
Yeah, I believe earlier today or maybe yesterday, there was a hot fix where they're like, yeah, no longer will. What was it exactly that was causing this to happen?
It was, so I don't know the specific thing, but you would get it from the weekly with the rep. You'd get it from inside the Super Bloom guy. I'm pretty sure you'd get them from the lady who just wants you to plant 5 seeds. Like any weekly in the dream would give you one of these.
Yeah, you're right. It says, fix an issue that caused the large renown bag of Dragon Isle supplies to always unintentionally contain a Dream Warden's tabard. I've got so fucking many in my bag, it's ridiculous.
Honestly, I'm gonna kind of miss them.
Why?
I honestly thought it was fucking hilarious to have like so many of them in my bag.
You gotta make a Dream Warden's Mog now.
That reminds me, I have yet to disperse with my baker's dozen griffins that I'm supposed to give to members of the Horde, and I don't know what to do. I've yet to run into a problem of not having bag space, but they are the entirety of like one of my bags.
Well, can you just like when you're flying around like the dream, just like if you see a horde, you just click on them and then try to throw it at them?
I guess I could, but also, I don't know.
With Gum Gums? Could you just give one to Gum Gums?
I think I could.
Because I don't have the mount, so maybe that's what we'll do.
Honestly, yeah. We'll just get the gal pals back together, and that'll take care of at least 2 of them.
I guess so, yeah, that's the thing. That's the new giveaway. Hey, everyone.
Oh!
Come email us at donotRelentPod@gmail.com. We'll organize some way. I have 13 griffins to, well, I guess if I give it to you guys,
come on,
11 griffins to give out. We'll organize this. We'll get it done because I only want to give it to people who like me. Random hordes, they might hate me, and I don't want to give them a gift.
If you like Aaron and you have a Horde character and you do not have this griffin he's talking about, email us at donotRelentPod@gmail.com.
This is not a bit. I will add you on the BNet. We will find each other, and I will give you this griffin, and then give you a thumbs up, and probably run away, because unless you speak Furbolg, we cannot communicate.
Only the first 11. Okay, so slow your fucking roll. The 12th person is gonna get reamed by me for trying to steal my griffin. I get number 12.
You know, and I get lucky number 13.
Because I didn't want 13.
Yeah, and here we are. This is Aaron's December 2023 Griffin giveaway. Honestly, if there's one person that should be hosting a Griffin giveaway, it's you.
Yeah, exactly. We nailed it. Aaron will also be giving out $50 gift cards to Home Depot. Aaron, that's so nice.
It's great. I got it. My father bought a bunch of them when he was trying to get a job there before he started working at the Humane Society.
He's got a fat stack of them ready to hand out to everyone.
It was Home Depot or Lowe's, but they said, you have too much experience. We will not be hiring you because it feels weird.
We're not responsible for actual Home Depot gift cards. Okay, you know what? Here, let's just do top 2 bottom boot, medium boot right now, and I got a fucking top 2.
Get it, top 2.
My top 2 is I'm thriving right now. I am living on the fucking two-handed people complaining already about Fyrax's bad luck protection.
Ooh,
I'm like,
because the Fyrax axe is going to weirdos like paladins.
I'm like, you guys have barely even been in the sphere. Like, you just got a legendary. You can't complain about not getting it yet. It's been, what, we said 3 weeks now?
Oh, this is very much so that meme where it's like, oh, first time, huh?
And the thing is, it only unlocked when they beat it on Mythic, right? So it's been and week.
Right. And so, okay, so if you're not familiar with the Evoker Legendary, they started to like experiment with bad luck protection because they heard the hunter's cries and they're like, here, tell you what, we'll give them a chance. If you beat the boss every week, your chance will increase by the smallest decimal across each difficulty. So now what they're doing with this current raid, if you kill Farak, you don't get the legendary, I believe you get either a greater ember of Firelath or a lesser ember of Firelath. And when you use these, you embrace the ember, attuning yourself to the Dream Render's anthem. Wait, that's before. Now it is embrace the ember, permanently increasing your chances of acquiring Firelath Dream Render. So before, as an evoker, you just basically, they told you and you had to believe it, that it was happening. Fucking didn't tell you it was happening. Now you get to basically crush a medallion, you get to squeeze an ember, and your chance goes up.
You know, I basically just want to have a PSA here. If you're upset about this, go fuck yourself. It's literally week 1. Like, try being fucking
said
me.
Fucking mauled. Fucking go do a flip off of a short dock between the Sylvanas bow and the Raz bow. You've been through the blender.
Exactly. Like, okay, so I fucking tried my absolute hardest. I didn't even have good luck protection, so fuck you too, Slide.
Well, fuck you. Okay, I was out here. I did way more farming than you did.
Oh, excuse me. No, you
Also,
fucking
wait.
did not.
Wait,
The
but also,
entirety
I'm
of
sorry,
Razagath, I pugged LFR, normal, and heroic every single fucking week, and most of those weeks were like, the groups were like 2/3 hunters, and like, I never even saw one drop on any of them.
You know
I feel
how
like the
hard
little boy in the middle of the divorce leads you to scary places graphic. I just need to ask, Slide, as a panda monk man, are you eligible for this axe?
I think it's
right?
only strength. I think it's only strength.
Okay, never mind. You've dropped me into the pit. Continue to argue.
Okay, so I will say it's easy for you to kill the bosses as a hunter. You can get to any group. Everybody and their mom wanted an AUG evoker. What am I? Devastation. I had to petition my way in. I had to whisper people. I had to get people kicked out to get into those groups. I have blood on my hands.
I don't even know what you're fucking talking about. On this show alone, check the tapes. There's auditory of me saying how many groups I had to siphon through that were like led by hunters that said no hunters.
I got denied by groups from evokers where they were evokers and I was like, "Are you afraid of me?" And then they blocked me because I was harassing
You guys know
them.
how tough it was in 3.3 when I was trying to get ATS off of fucking Malagos and Wrath.
I do remember that.
It was a real toughie.
Oh, and then I didn't even want to fucking go there. But then there's fucking Sylvanas too, and I will say I did not really pug that because like I did not want to do that fight any more than I had to because it took so fucking long for us to kill her like in our guild, and then we were doing it like on the weekends too. I did that one wasn't just worth it, so that was on me for never even getting that bow. But like, whatever.
No, Hunters is way worse.
I don't really like how the Raz bow looks. Do you think I should mog it into the Sylvanas bow?
That was the craziest shit anybody said in a raid where everyone's already giving side eye.
That was perhaps the only that was in that moment. That was probably the most angry I've ever been.
Yeah, I was a little frightened. I was like, oh shit. I was like, you gotta just chill. She doesn't know what she said. She doesn't know.
Yeah, now that Hunter's who knows where. Anyways.
It's really funny. It's just like the atmosphere of it. Like the timing was perfect. Honestly, it's iconic by this point. I'm like a fan. She was like, that's fucking right, I got it. And I'm not gonna even show you I got it.
And I'm never gonna show up again. I'm gonna silently fill out to have my 13th child after this.
It's fine. Like I was literally only mad like in that moment. It's like obviously we're way past that. But like,
oh yeah, it's just loot. I mean, everyone knows when it comes to Warcraft loot, everything's gonna be fucky all the fucking time. You're never gonna get what you want until you get what you want.
Honestly, probably the reason I never got it is because I was angry and it was karma against me or something.
You wanted it too bad. You always gotta just lackadaisically say, that'd be great, I guess. Anyway, that was a whole big top 2. I'm just thriving on people's emotions. What about you, Aaron? Top 2, bottom boot, medium boot?
Well, I too will have a top toot this week.
Tootie toot.
And mine is through due diligence. I have achieved level 20 with the Dreamweavers. I am now the defender of the dream, which I assume most folks are at this point, because I did not take advantage of the Thanksgiving boost nor the Dark Moon Fair. I was just coasting on that 19th anniversary boost.
I mean, it was a solid 19%, so like that's not just I wouldn't call it coasting by any means.
But it's nice, and I hate to say it, but it's nice because it no longer going to every seed, picking up every chest, doing every event no longer feels like something where I'm at work and I'm schwitzing because it's like, how many seeds am I missing? I need to get top spot. I did it, so now I can just play at my leisure. Growlina can be a raid guy and show up every so often. Right now, she and Booty ATW are in a domestic partnership where they're working towards getting every leafy mount. Once that happens, who knows?
The end is near.
Okay, I'm gonna side tangent us here just briefly. I'm sorry, but like, okay, so dream infusions, right? Do you guys ever have a problem where like something that you have a pet for, that's just like, no, you can't buy one?
I basically, if it shows me as red on the pet menu, I walk away. I'm like, oh, I don't got it. I don't do the check-in.
Eventually, I will buy the pets and then infuse them. But right now, I have like 3 dream infusions, and they're like, let's go. But I'm like, it's only mounts, baby. So, like, Booty ATW earns the mounts, and then Growlina gets them green. But yeah, I feel bad because I'm sitting on a lot of things right now, and I don't really care about the pets. I'll catch you guys in 2025, I guess. Speaking of catching them in 2025, immunization. It's finally time. I want you to give me 2 series of letters.
Well, my letters are also going to be T.
Triple T.
Yeah, so I will say that overall it's just top 2 that I'm playing a lot and I'm really enjoying the game, but that's cheap. So I will say that like it's
the immune special, the we're back baby 6 weeks in a row.
No, not that we went anywhere.
We're still back.
We're still here, but like I have not only been like loving keys. I thought I would be scared of this tyrannical week, but like we've been crushing it, so I had nothing to fear, I guess. And then we're like already pushing 20s. Like we're like about to start timing some 20s. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is definitely the earliest we've done that. So yes, current season good. But then also I've been like doing a bunch of random side shit. Like earlier today I just got the like the fucking Ruby Feast achievement of like eating all the things, which I've just been like stalking. I've been showing up every day. I'm like, do you have something new for me to eat today? And I'm like, no. And then like I like struck out for like the last 5 or 7 days in a row of like not the thing that I needed. And then earlier today, they finally fucking had the tea I needed to drink.
I can't believe you've been doing the Ruby Feast every day, and this is the first time I'm hearing about it. Did you know this has been my dream since since the expansion started? I saw that, and I was like, I'm gonna eat every item at this feast. I've eaten 5, and I never went back, and I forgot it existed until just now. How many tries has this taken you? Like, when did you start?
I've been secretly doing this for like 2 or 3 weeks now, I feel like.
Just 2 or 3 weeks? That's all it takes?
The daily quests that the dragon gives you provides you, like the rewards at the end of them are the things you need to eat. So like a lot, if you just eat the things that he gives you, that checked off a lot of the things.
Oh, I thought I had to sneak it off the table each time. Okay, see, I didn't do the quest. I just showed up when I ate and I left.
So, I believe I did not eat some of the first few things that they gave me in the quest. I was like, I don't care about what this does, and I may have just sold it. So that's like I had to like wait for it to show up on the table again to get my last few things.
Okay, Feaster. You get anything? Are there any Ruby Feast titles? There should be.
You know, I don't know. I literally just got this earlier today, so I didn't really check too much into it. But like, I got like the Gourmand of the Ruby Feast or whatever achievement. So like, I don't know that there's a title though.
Okay.
So basically, my top 2 days I've been doing a bunch of random shit.
Hey, that's the best thing to do. Oh my God, Cubby Bub just gave me a bunch of curry. Fuck. We did. Hey, everyone, subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/do not relent. And guess what? You'll hear me eating curry in the beginning of it. Because, God, I need food so bad. Speaking of so bad, I want to thank these $5 a month patrons ever so badly. We're talking about Command Sergeant Major Chizurla, 4th host of the podcast, Monkey, Ahoy, Vince, NSYNC/Drag Race, Azar, and Digital Dave, who asked Arlena to say, "For the Horde." Mitch, who wants to remind everyone that Rathian isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Saracen Hawk, Kick Puncher, Jerome, Seisha Sen Soup, Adorno, New Patron, Losing the Patient.
New patron alert!
Gershom, Big Papa Crispy's Big Mama, Kelkis, who can't wait to kick Kodik to the curb. Wooly, Slidewhistle, Secret Stalker, tee-hee-hee-hee. Muv, Adam N, Ickis, Vanderlyle, Slidewhistle says,
Fuck Craig.
and Will, a.k.a. Tire, Trade Chat's Fallen Father.
And with that, we're leaving. If you have any comments, questions, complaints, send us an email at donotrelenpod@gmail.com. Don't forget, pick up one of Aaron's Horde Griffins. You can find me on Chaos Bolt in Season of Discovery. That's where I live right now until somebody tells me to go to a different server, and maybe I'll go there. What about you guys? Where are you at?
Well, you can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex or on the Blue Sky at Immunization.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at the Bigacheesy on twitters.com. I guess x.com, but And hey, any social media you can think for Do Not Relent, go to our link tree. That's linktr.ee/do not relent. Literally any social media, Twitch, we all got that. I'm even thinking of starting to download episodes to put them on YouTube because there's some people who never leave YouTube, and maybe we'll get one more person out of that.
Who knows? Goodbye. Good day. Have a good week. Don't forget to wish us happy birthday.
We are the rats.
Blow out the candles, because you know what that means.
DNR.
Another down. Do not relent.
DNR.
Such a good boy this year. Open up your gifts while we all cheer.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network,
Rats,
representing
rats,
U.S.
we
Proudness
are the
premier
rats.
podcast.
Celebrate another birthday batch.
DNR.
It's your birthday
That was a very good wish.
DNR.
Such a good boy this year. Open up your gifts while we all cheer.